little bit of, you know, watch the shoulders, and we'll tuck it, nick it, and put it in. Woo! All you ladies out there know what I mean when I say tuck it and put it in. Come on, you guys know. Welcome to Sunday Tea. Lit. I'm going to sit down. And I'm going to wait for you guys to join me. Hello. It's Sunday. Everybody to tell us what they would do. Something good to save the world today. Sunday Tea. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for you. By the way, I'm not late. I was over on Sunday Tea page, but you guys still don't want to come over. So this is Sunday Tea. So either you don't like Sunday Tea and you like Althea better. I don't know which one it is, but I've been waiting. I was tired of waiting on you guys. So I decided I'm going to revert back to Althea Carol Clark because you guys just won't see me anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So come on, hit my screen and tell me how you would change the world for one day to make it a better place. Come on, guys.
Raquel has come back over.
Hi, Raquel. I'm so sorry. I don't know. The people just don't seem to really got used to the fan page thing yet. But that's what they call it. But they just won't come over to it, you know. And they should. Because sooner or later I can't have any more people on Althea Carol Clark. Come on, guys. Has anybody texted me anything yet? I need a comment from how would they change the world to make it a better place in one day? We have one day to change the world to make it a better place.
Sasha's joined us. Santana's joined us.
Hi, Santana. Hi, Sasha. The question is, you guys, I want you to hit pound and tell me how you guys would change the world for one day. How would you make it a better place? Pound and how would you make it for a better place? I'm not going to talk until you guys tell me. I need you all to tell me how you guys would change the world to make it a better place. Pound, and your answer. I'm waiting for you. Sunday Tea Live. Tonight we're talking about men that have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 kids all over the place. And with different mothers. And the outcome of that behavior. And the outcome of that behavior for it's the children that it hurts in a really huge way. So anyways, that's our topic tonight, but I still want to know how you guys will change the world to make it a better place. And if you guys can't come up with an answer with that, we are in trouble. We have a problem.
Raquel says, hashtag put God first.
Raquel! Oh my God, if they were giving out stars, you'd get the first one. You win! You are absolutely right, Raquel. When we put God in front of everything and anything, our life changes to positive. He opens up the door to set us free to go to the next level. God is the answer. So, Raquel, your answer is fantastic. Anybody else out there, pound? Tell me how you change the world today, please. Sunday Tea with Althea. I'm waiting for you guys' answer. Do we have any more questions out there, please?
There's a comment here that says end war.
We would end the war. Again, to end a war, that would be great. But again, to end the war would be, we're talking to God again. We're asking Him for all the peace in the world. So it goes back to Raquel's answer. Everything comes down to God. But as the individual, what would we do? What could we do? Could we feed the hunger? Can we help the sick? Can we help an old lady to cross the street? Okay, these are things that we can do to help, to make this place a better place. Can we tell somebody, can we give somebody a nice word? Hi, how are you doing? How is your day going? How is everything going? Oh, you are beautiful today. I really love the dress you're wearing. We can compliment somebody. We could do something good. Something, pound. Can I have pound?
God, remove hunger and world peace.
Oh my God, hunger is the thing. Because a matter of fact, a lot of us here in Canada, well, I can't say that, but I feel that in the third world country, they feel hunger more than we do. But if we can move hunger, it would be such a fantastic thing. Because you know what? Think about not eating for a whole entire day. A whole day. We couldn't drink water because the water ain't clean. We couldn't have anything to eat. We just had to sit there and probably nibble on our nails, or some people eat dirt because that's what it comes down to. So you're right. That is another thing we could do. But you know what, you guys? We don't have to start waiting to do it for the whole entire world. What we could start doing is we can start help within. Little things around us and around our area, our environment. We can start within our families. If we have a family that we know is down, we can help them to get a little bit more. We can start by helping within. And then we help outside. Do I have anything else, guys? Coming up with the topic soon.
Random acts of kindness.
It's fantastic. And it doesn't only make you feel good, it makes you feel that you've just conquered the world just to help. Because it's a fantastic feeling to be able to help. It's fantastic. Pound, how would you change the world? Come on, you guys. There's so many of us out there, and there's so many kindness things we could do. Tell me what else we could do to change the world in one day to make it a better place. Each and every one of us can do something good. Sunday tea.
Communication.
Well, communication, yes, it is, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to communicate, and I'm trying to involve everybody in as much as I possibly can. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm consistent. Well, I'll try to be consistent if you guys would come over to the right page. But I try to be consistent every Sunday at 7. And I try to come with good things and not bad things, so we all can learn as we go. And where there's more gathered, you get more done. More people can fix things than one. Do we have anything else? All right, guys. Those are great things, and we need to just try to inform some of them and try to help each other in every way possible that we can. But today we're talking about the fathers that have 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 20 kids. And out of the 20 kids, it's 20 different mothers. And it's pretty sad because I feel that it has to be something deep inside that has a man or a woman to do such a thing and then leave the children. And at the end of the day, I feel like it's the children that are suffering. It's the children that feels the pain. And it's the children that carry out it's the children that lose in this circumstance. It's not so much the adult. And again, the children is the future of the world. And if we're losing them, you guys, we're not going to have anything left to carry on. I'm talking about this situation because my daughter has faced this situation in many, many times in many ways. When I had her, my second child, she always seemed like she wasn't placed. There's no place for her. You know, the other ones were okay. They always could find their ground, and the third one could find her ground, and the fourth one could find her ground, and the first one could find her ground. But my second one couldn't find her ground, you know, and she developed a lot of habits and a lot of things because of it. I could explain to you guys what it feels like not to have a father, but I really can't because I've never had a father. Let me quote that again. Somebody had to have made me, but I've never been around him, thought of him, missed him, needed him. It's just for me that way. I don't know. I just was made that way, strong enough that it didn't affect me as well. But for my daughter, it affected her in a different way. It was deep for her, and it was sad. And today's why I'm bringing up this topic, because I want people out there to really think before you make that action of having sex with different people, because you have to think about the people you're hurting. It's not just yourself or your individual. And men, it's hard to have your children and for the child to ask for mommy, and mommy can't explain where daddy is or what has happened to daddy. So yeah, you know, so it's hard. It's very, very hard. So we want to break the chain. And I noticed that when I was kind of doing a bit of research, not to throw it on anybody else, but I am going to throw it towards the black men, because I find that the black men are the ones that ends up with so many different ladies with so many different children, and they're not staying with the children. And I know that sometimes we as women, we're hard on our men, but I don't think that's a reason for a man to leave a woman with 3 babies or 2 babies to go find another woman to have another baby, because you know that woman took the chance to open up herself to you, to have that child. Whether you had the baby on a one-night stand or a 2-minute stand, you know those 2-minute things. You guys know what I mean, right? Look, lit Sunday tea. But whatever the story is, guys, it takes 2 to tango. But a man has to be a man and stand up to the plate. And I'm not just talking about man only. There's a lot of women that are having babies from one baby daddy to the next baby daddy to the next baby daddy. And it's not helping our children. It's creating broken homes, and it's creating insecureness in the children. It's creating, they don't feel that they can do anything else. They just want to follow the trait, because everything that we do with our children, we mold them. As mothers and as fathers, we're molding them to become great things. And if there's nothing there to mold these children with, then we're not creating great things. The statistics was, I read some statistic about 33% of children without father and just only the mother in the home, they usually run away from home. And that's statistic. They run away and they get involved in things that aren't good. I'm going to get into some more statistic, but I'm going to bring my daughter on to tell you her feel on not having a father around, not knowing her father, and all these years in her heart she's had a feeling that she belonged, but she didn't belong to just somebody else for her. She was looking for something else, and she kind of felt it. So some children really, really need their father, and fathers should really be there for their children. So Sunday tea, guys, here we are. We're lit today. Do we have any comments? Everybody seems quiet out there today.
We have Sierra and Dave who's joined us. They're just watching. We have Vernon who's joined us, and Candace who's joined us.
Hi, Vernon. Hi, Candace. Hi, Sierra. Who else do we have out there? We're kind of quiet today. Come on in, baby. And you can tell them your thing as I sit up here. You can, here we go. So, I don't know what it feels like to not have a father, because I wasn't made that way. I've always known my mother, and my mother has always been my strength, my everything. I don't think of a father. I don't miss a father. I don't miss a hug, a kiss, or nothing. When I think of that, I think of my mother. So my mother is my father and my mother. But for you, when you were growing up, you did not have your father around you. How did it make you feel? How did it make you feel, first of all? And you're smiling. It's a hot topic for you. I know it was really hard on you.
No.
Okay. How did it feel?
I wouldn't. You know what? I'd say when I was a certain age, it definitely affected me differently, and I think it's when I was younger, and it's just you look for something that you know is supposed to be there but can't find it, and as a child that could be a bit difficult, but the great thing about it was, the upside was that I had a very powerful mother,
Maybe a little bit too powerful.
who raised 4 kids on her own, and you didn't do too damn bad. I mean, look at me, right? But I think when I was younger, when I was 12,
yeah, when
12
you,
and
yeah, it was like torture for you. You were searching for something.
I wouldn't say torture.
Okay,
torture
what
is a
would
bit
you say?
extreme. It's more so of like an emptiness. You feel like there's a part of you in the world that is missing, because without him, I couldn't be here. So, and you know that. You're bounded to your parents. From your mom and your dad conceive you, you're bounded to your parents for life. In scripture, in the Bible, and all that. So, I think as a kid, as a young girl, it was a little difficult because I felt what I was missing. But I didn't understand why he wasn't there, and I didn't understand certain things that he was going through at that time. But, yeah.
Okay, so I remember there's a time in your life where you kept on asking me, there was someone, like, and I know you were talking about your father. I knew it was. And I said maybe one day or somehow, but one day, I think you were 12 years old, and he came back. And I told you to come because we're going to take you to, I think it was Chuck E. Cheese or some funny little bouncy place. It was a ton of fun. And we went there, but you didn't see him yet. So you went there, and then all of a sudden, you seen this guy, and you look at him, and you say, is that my brother or my uncle? So at 12 years old, it was so missing from you that just even looking at this person, you knew that that person had something to do with you. And the minute that you said it and you ran to him, you see the smile on your face now? Mm-hmm. And that you ran to him, you were like in heaven. You didn't even know who I was. You were in that bubble.
There's a lot of, that day was also very emotional because that's the first time I found out I had another brother. Mm-hmm. So it was all very emotional in that sense. But yeah, I didn't know him. I've never seen him before in my life. But when I looked at him, I felt like he's a part of me. That is how I felt.
The connection. That's the connection. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying to a lot of men that, and I'm not just saying every man, because there's good dads out there. There's great fathers that have nurtured their children and mom together, that nurture their kids and grow them into fantastic people. But it's saying the statistic is very, very high right now, especially in black men, that the children are growing up without substance, without homes. I have another little daughter that goes through a very, very hard time, because her thing is being around her father all the time. So I know that for children, some of them, most of them, they want that security blanket of a mom and a dad. And they enjoy when the parents come to whatever school things they have. They enjoy introducing their parents to their friends. It just gives them a bond of security. I mean, having a child and sexually making that baby and calling the baby my daughter or my son is not what makes you the father. But for the percentage of men out there that are walking out of the relationship, and it's not that you guys don't understand. It is that you guys understand because you're having one here, you're having one over there, and you're having one over there, and you continue to do it. And it's leaving some of the mothers in a really hard spot. And it's the same for a lot of women that's not taking the responsibility of their children. You're leaving the children and the men in a hard spot. Because when a man turns his back on his child, a mother can't do the exact same thing. I have a gentleman here that he's lived with both of his parents. So he can explain to you the feel that he has. He doesn't have any kind of feel that would take him to not understand the concept of not having a mother and a father, because he's had a mother. He grew in the house with his mom and his father. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Come on over here and introduce yourself, sweetie. Can I take him over here?
Yeah.
How we doing? No question. Nobody's talking about this. We're good.
We got a comment here from David Rose. Sometimes we see what our own parents have done as normal. So we learn to do what they've done. And sometimes normal is everyday routine. But still is our choice to change our path.
Oh, I agree.
And I do agree. And it's true because I was watching a gentleman where his mother, we're going to come to you in just a second, sweetheart, where the mother had a son, and she was very upset with the father because the father wasn't a good man. So we have all kind of scenario why people are mean to their kids and why people leave their kids and whatever the story is. We can't go through a million of them, but we'll go through this one. And the situation is, she was in love and he broke her heart. And this is a huge thing that people do all the time. So because he broke her heart, her feeling for her child changed. The same way it changed for the father, it changed for the son. So there's nothing good that she could give him. She couldn't give him the love. She couldn't treat him properly. She couldn't raise them. And at the end of the day, he turned 27 years old. And he was talking about it. He looked at her and he says, I forgive you for breaking me. I forgive you for making me feel like I was no good. I forgive you for stop loving me because my father stopped loving you. I forgive you for everything you did. So all this time we're sitting here stop loving her children because of a man, because that's part of it. The child feels everything, and everything that he sees happen in home is what he grows up to want to do. So we have to change that. We definitely have to change the cycle. We have this gentleman with us, and how old are you today? You want to tell them?
How old I am?
Yeah.
I'm 31. My name is David.
Yes, David. Thank you, David. I was just about to say that, but go ahead. I thought gentleman sounded a little bit nicer, but okay, David, you'd rather be called David.
What's his name? He's just introducing himself.
Yeah. You were raised with your mother and your father.
Yeah.
Until what age?
Until I left home.
And what age did you leave home?
21.
21. So David had his family and his mother or his mom and dad till he was 21. So, I mean, it's hard for you to tell us she didn't have a father. Well, she did, but she didn't grow with him. And you grow with him. Can you tell me the difference of you growing in the home with your mom and dad and how it made you feel and how what they taught you for you to grow up to be an adult today and to make you such a positive person in your life? How did it touch you?
What I saw my parents staying together, I wanted to have it on my own life. So because of that, I searched for that type of love when I wanted to get married. I searched for that type of love that it will last just like my parents are lasting until today. Yeah? I wanted that so much when I married. Okay, so they influence you. So everything that was good in your life with your mom and dad, you were searching for it as you grew up to an adult. Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to tell everyone. If we take the time out to nurture our children, mother and father, if we take the time out to nurture her children, we're going to build successful children. But if we don't take the time to nurture them, we're going to end up with broken home, broken children. It's really, really important, you guys, because statistically, 15% of children that did not grow in a full home whether the father left them or whether the mother left them, and they didn't grow with the mom and dad, it says 15% of them some of them become rapists, and some of them become they play with a lot of sexual assault. It's 50%. It is.
I'm not in that percentage.
No, but seriously, I'm saying if we're not loving them and we're not giving them the substance that they need, we are raising children to not succeed. We need them to succeed. Children are the future of the world, and if we're not helping them, we're in trouble. You know what I mean? I can look at you and I can see that you were raised great, with values. And I'm not saying, again, you guys, I'm not saying that single mothers and single fathers cannot raise their children properly and have them not turned out. They can, because sometimes 60% of people some of them that are raised hard, they fight to become something successful. But majority of them don't fight. They just go into the same path that they've seen their parents live and the same thing that they do. Do I have any questions, you guys? Sunday tea, guys. Everybody's quiet today.
You really have to clap for the single mother or the single father. You really have to applaud them, because there's a lot of single mothers and fathers that have raised strong girls, confident, intelligent
children,
women or men like that, respectful, and I think you can't overlook that either. But this day and age, though, there are a lot of kids that are raising themselves. There are a lot of parents that were kids when they had their kids. This is the generation that we're living in now, and that's why, like you said, broken homes and broken kids. And I will applaud all the single mothers out there. We're giving you guys a hand. I was one of them, and I'm telling you guys, I'm not saying that single mothers are bad. This is not a good or a bad situation. This is a situation that we all are trying to fix.
We're trying to bring awareness and for everybody to work together. And if anybody have any kind of situation out there, you guys got to think. Or even before we decide to get involved in any kind of sexual relationship or anything, we need to think, because out of that comes a wonderful blessing. And if we're not there to enrich that blessing, we end up losing our children, guys. So, and there's single fathers out there. I applaud you guys as well, because there's a lot of good ones. So I'm not trying to say there isn't. I don't want people to take what I'm saying wrong. I want to look for the good as well as the bad. So it's not a one-sided situation. Do you have anything else you'd want to put towards that?
Actually, yes. I think when it lifts, when you raise your children, it lifts them up. When you teach them how to be a man, how to be a woman, how to be a right person, not even a man or a woman, just to be the right person with the right thoughts and the right plans. Because my dad never got tired of reminding me what was the right thing to do as an adult, as a student, as his own kid, and the respect that he wanted from all his children. Because I seen so many different older friends and families that they didn't teach that their kids grow up to be reckless in every way. You know?
And I understand, and that's true. But you know what? I'm not also saying that. Sometimes you can teach your children the best things in the world, and they still don't it still changes. They're not what you expect them to do, because at the end of the day, they have a mind of their own, and they make their own thoughts and their own, you understand?
Yeah. So
we can only try, but I'm saying if we're going to get in the position, and I mean, not a lot of people think about it, because when we get hot, horny, and heated, we're not thinking about we're going to bring a baby. But what I'm saying is we need to actually take that extra minute out to think, because that child comes and the child's life is affected.
Life gets real.
Life gets real. So we have to take that second minute to think. No question, no nothing out there.
We got Raquel says, majority of people that I know grew without a father. It's very hard. I give it out to all the single parents. It's hard. Okay, we also have Z. Thompson. Single parents sometimes have an easier job. The difficulty is being raised with two parents. If two people will have to struggle to be on the same page as it pertains to parenting and disciplining. I also have Sierra.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to come back to that.
So Z. Thompson's question.
Just a minute. Z?
Yeah.
Z. Thompson.
Z. Thompson, your opinion isn't right or wrong, but I think when it comes to discipline children, and I find myself in the same situation at times, the father and the mother has to put their feet down. And I cannot override the father or the stepfather or the boyfriend, whatever it is. In a relationship, we have to be on the same level and make the decision. It has to be tough love. I can't say one thing and then you override my head with that child with the next thing. So it shouldn't really be a seesaw. What is it? Seesaw?
Seesaw.
It shouldn't be a seesaw. It should be two adults making a decision to raise a child, to make sure you're firm and they understand the guides that you're giving them. That's what I think it is. And that's just my opinion again, right? What's the next question?
Sierra says, you and my mom raised all of your kids to succeed. We love you.
Amen.
Sierra, I love you too, and I try really, really hard. I'm not the perfect person. I'm actually far from the perfect person. And I think this is why I talk so much, because it makes me stronger, it makes me better, and it makes me see the things that I've done back, and it makes me try to fix them to be better. And it also helps me to help somebody else if they're going through something else. So yes, I'm not perfect, and I'm sure your mom isn't perfect. But at the end of the day, we're still your mother, and we love you guys no matter what. And I know you guys love us. But I don't want to pretend that we're perfect, because we're not. We're human. Do we have another one? And I love you, Sierra.
Z actually commented again, says you are exactly right with your discipline and parenting having the same level.
And that's a lot of things, you guys, that in a relationship, because relationships are so hard. I don't want to come off the topic, but marriage, relationship, it's just difficult. And if we don't have respect in that marriage or that relationship, and the children are in it, the children is always going to jump to a side, you know what I mean? And somebody's not going to get the respect. But we have to remember, we're trying to raise lawyers, doctor, dentist, judge, priest, thief, peddlers, because you never know, right? Yeah, let's. But we have to remember, we're trying to raise something to importance. So in order for the children to learn and understand, we have to show them the same discipline. So we have to discipline ourselves as well. Can I get another one?
Raquel has a, what is it? A story. It says, my father left when I was 16, and I still find myself missing him. When certain little things remind me of our memories, I feel like a father's presence is very important, and a lot of girls seek that.
And I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I'm going to go on the topic again, because everything I do, I relate to my life. That's just how it is. I agree with you. The bad thing about that is when the children misses their father, and as they're growing, they tend to go and look for somebody that reminds them their action, and somebody older towards the father's side. But the bad thing about that is you may be looking for that void that's missing, but that person is not looking for that. The person is looking to take advantage and control. So we have to be very careful with that. And on that note, we have to educate all the young lady. If your father left you, it is not your fault. Believe you me. Excuse me. It could never possibly be your fault for a grown man to get up and walk out on his children. Excuse me, tea time. Somebody take that answer while I cough. Somebody answer that.
I think there's also a lot of different sides. There's also a lot of different sides to the argument. The main thing is just how it affects the children. There are people who tried, or there are people that need to co-parent, but you could have one of the parents in the relationship that's just unbearable to deal with. I mean, unbearable to deal with. You have some people have partners that are toxic, that are just toxic. And what do you do in the event that there's a child pulled between two different sides and being forced almost to side with either or side, and what that does mentally for the child?
You know what? Mentally for the child, like I said, can you see me? Lit! If the camera's not on me, it's not good. Anyway, sorry. Let me go back to that question. We never said the world is perfect, and we never said we are perfect people. Because if we were perfect people and the world was perfect, the world would not be in the state that it is at this moment. But as adults, it is our responsibility to make sure the children are educated properly in the home. I don't care what anybody has to say that this one doesn't get along with this one and this one doesn't get along. We know that happens. But you know what, you guys? We are the one that brought them into the world. So we need to take the responsibility to teach these children properly until they're old enough to make it on their own. There's no excuse about getting up and walking out and leaving those children because one didn't get along, the other one didn't get. You guys knew what you were doing before you got into it.
I mean, in a sense where it's violent. Like, I mean, where
if
there's all different kind of instances.
I understand. If it's violent, though, right? On a serious topic. If it's violent, you're going to seek help.
You mentioned this in your live when you were talking about rape victims, and why so many rape victims are scared to speak out in when they're put into those positions. Now, in a case like this where a woman could be with a man or a man with a woman, whatever, and either or of the people are abusive, have put you in states of, because I mean, there's a lot of women that rape is one thing, and there's a lot of women that take physical abuse behind closed doors. and children are involved, but take serious physical abuse.
And on that note, all I can say is if there's something going on like that out there, where the mother is being physically abused, with her child in the house, there's only one thing to do, is to get up, run away and seek help, call the police, call the victim hotline center. You guys need to get up and leave. You need to do something, because usually in a situation like that, somebody comes out dead. So there's no excuse for you to stay around. I'm not saying that you need to stay in an abusive situation because it's going to keep the kids together and keep them strong, healthy, and smart. Let's use our mind. Let's be smart. If you're in an abusive situation, you need to leave. Simple as that. There's no ifs, buts, or maybe. But I'm just saying, in general, when a mom and a dad is together and you guys have your children, we have to do right by the children. And the men that are having all these children and leaving them out there, you're not doing it to make them successful. You're doing it to create failures. We can't afford any more failures in the world. We need these children to be healthy and happy and grow strong. That's all I'm saying. I cannot fix all the problems in the world, nor can you guys. But there is small, tiny baby steps that we can start to make. For instance, for me to sit here and try to inform you, and for you guys to be talking to me and informing me of your situation as well as mine, is a step in the right way of trying to help each other. Right? Do you have something to say before we wrap this up? I think we're close to 8, aren't we? No? Okay, we can go a little bit more. Do we have any more questions?
We got, what is it? Candace, she was saying that I have a father in my household, but my say is law. So she's
what?
She's saying that she rules the nest in her house, regardless of a man being there. But that's just the way she operates.
Because Candace
Candace,
is a beast.
You're a beast, and that's why there's not a man in your house right now. Because the Bible tells you that the man needs to rule his household.
And that don't happen with you.
Yeah, he needs to rule his household. You had something that you wanted to say?
Yeah, actually has to do with exactly the same example, where I seen that on a marriage 10 years ago. After 9 years, that relationship went to separation, and they have 2 kids, where you can see how they fought on correcting their kids. And as soon as I saw that the first time, I saw it happening. I saw the future. This is just, it's not gonna work out, this relationship, because it was a fight to who will correct, who will be the boss in the house. And that's hard for that husband and even for the kids.
You know what, though? And that, to me, goes to say, a lot of us don't think before we react. That's part of my problem, too. I react, and I don't think. If we just kind of think and then react, a lot of these problems would be different. You know what I mean? Because, first of all, nothing lasts forever. We hope it does. Right? We hope marriage lasts forever. We hope our love lasts forever. We hope our children last forever. We hope some friendship that we have lasts forever. But the only thing that lasts forever is eternal life. That's it. So on that note, we just need to make the best of the situation that we're in. And I'm telling you, respect goes a long way. With respect, I think any relationship can be fixed.
And communication.
And communication.
Like Raquel said.
Yeah, because communication, respect. Because I think right now, the reason why all these men think that it's so okay to have so many different baby with so much different baby mother, first of all, they don't respect themselves. And they don't respect the woman that they're sleeping with.
They're insecure, for sure.
You know, I think that has to do with some sort of insecureness.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with whatever had happened in their household with their mother and father. So there's a lot of reason behind it, but we need to stop it. The children need their mom and dad. And I mean, we can't always have that, because sometimes a mom passes away and a dad passes away. But before you decide to just meet a girl in the bar and have a one-night stand, maybe you want to put on a condom? And, you know, it's the same with the ladies. Before you decide to go into the bar and have a few drinks and feel all, feeling yourself, get a condom. And a condom is really good. It doesn't just stop pregnancy. It stops gonorrhea, syphilis, STD, HIV. It stops everything. So let's do that. Let's protect ourselves, right? And I'm not saying that people don't make mistakes. That's another thing. Please don't sit here and think that I am trying to judge anybody out there, because I'm not. I've had babies. I've been a bad girl. You know, and I've done a lot of things too. But as I'm learning, as you get older, you grow and you learn. And that's what we all need to do. We need to grow and learn. And as long as we're learning and we're changing things, we're doing okay. Because we're only human. We're growing. Any more questions out there, sweetie?
Back to Z and disciplining our children. When we are speaking about discipline, I think it's so important that Black people discuss discipline tactics. I think a lot of us don't have it right. How are we disciplining our children?
Give me that switch off the tree
hold
so I
on.
can beat you with
I'm
it.
going to take this, and then I'm going to give it to you, and you all can have an opinion on it, because everybody wants to know. First of all, I must be getting sick. Excuse me. I think I need tea. Sunday tea. Sunday tea. Okay, anyways, back to the question. Sorry. Sunday tea. I'm getting sick. My tea feels a little tough. Let's brew a little bit more. Okay, can you give me a question again? Because I sat here talking so much, I don't know what I'm talking about.
So Z is talking about how it is important for parents or Black people to discuss discipline tactics.
Okay, I'm going to open up on the Black people thing for a minute. This is a everybody thing, but I'm going to throw it on Black people for a minute. I don't know why, because 90% of my friends or the people that are around me that are Black that have children are not married. Most of the females that I know, they have their children by themselves and they struggle. I don't know what the Black men are I don't know what they're thinking about. I don't know exactly what it is that they want. Maybe, and I'm going to ask, if there's any Black men out there, I'm going to ask you, is there something that we as Black women, or women, period, is there something that we're doing that makes you guys want to have baby and run away and leave us by ourselves? Because it's really, really difficult. It's so hard, you know? And I have to find somebody to tell me. I can't make up my own opinion on it. I'm not a Black man, and I didn't run away from my babies because I know if I don't see my child for 1 or 2 days, I start to feel funny within my chest. So, Black men out there, please tap on my screen, tell me something. What is the reason why you feel that you need to make a baby here and make a baby there and then make a baby here and then you're leaving? Are we as women doing something wrong? As Black women, are we doing something wrong? Because I feel that most Black women, when they give themselves to a man, they give themselves to a man. They give the whole entire everything. And I feel like you guys aren't giving back. So explain to me. Do I have anybody out there that wants to tell me why? I don't know.
Anybody out there?
I don't have my question. Where's my question? We just need to learn the same value, Black people. And not all of us Black people are bad.
Jimmy Lewis says, sorry, whoop they ass.
Oh, Jimmy. You could say whip their ass, but if you came to try to whip my ass, I'd probably beat you with my arms. You see the size of them? That's not going to work. I think we need to find some kind of balance and respect in this thing to make it work. What is the reason why? Why? Like
Z Thompson says, Black people are being forced to live monogamous lives when our history is based on polyamorous. He got me. Thank you, polyamorous. The problem is that financially they can't take care of them.
Financially, well, if both parents are working, why is it such a financial difficulties? I can understand if you're in a third world country where you may not have a job or something of the sort, but if you're both are working, you are able to take care of the child.
And not always.
The necessities. You might not be able to
You know,
give them everything, but necessity. I was a single mother for years.
In
For
Canada,
years.
In
Well, yeah, it
Canada,
was in
though.
Canada.
What about a single mother in Compton or in Jamaica or in...
I just said that to you. Maybe in a third world country, it's a little difficult. But I'm talking about here. There's no reason why two people can't work together and look after their children. You understand? We have to teach values. And I know it's hard because Canada is not easy. By the time the mother goes to work, if she's single mother, and she drops the children off to daycare, she's paying double.
I just have a story to tell you.
Okay.
There is a train driver. He drives a C train. Just because you said Calgary's hard too.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, working here, all people do here is work. So there's a man who drove a C train, and what happened, Raquel? He left the C train. He parked the C train.
He parked it at Somerset train station and said, "Sorry guys, I want to go home too. I've been working over 12 hours," and he just left.
The man got out the C train and left the people on the C train and said, I've been working 12 hours, I'm going home.
And you know what? People are back to me. People are people are tired. It's so and this is another situation that makes it hard for parents. People get up and they work all day, all night. Some people are doing 2 jobs just to make ends meet. And this is Canada, you guys. And they're paying the daycare. How much is daycare if you don't have subsidy?
Over $1,000.
If you don't have subsidy, you're paying $1,000 a month. Well, what are you making your check? What's left? What's left?
Nothing.
After you pay rent, there's nothing left. So yes, it's hard. It's hard. But we have to find a way to balance ourselves. We have to find a way to balance. I know when I was raising my children by myself, I worked like a donkey. I didn't care. I just know they had to eat, and that's all there was to it. And the rent had to be paid. There's always a will, there's a way. Yes, we have to sit down, and you know, you guys, I'm going to tell you something that's really important. And me, myself, I say it all the time, and I never practice it. In your household, with your family, your children, if there's nothing that you do, you need to pick a day out of the week to sit at the dinner table with your family. You need to eat with your family. You need to make that time to sit and have dinner. It is huge. It makes a big difference. We have 3 minutes coming down. Do you have something to say?
Nothing
How are you
online
doing?
about
Do we have any
that,
more
but-
questions for me to answer before I take off? Sunday tea, you guys. It's kind of, everybody's kind of calm today. It's a calm kind of Sunday.
Z's commenting again here. What's more important, a father's financial price or a father's presence?
Ooh, turn it over here.
That's a good one.
Whoa.
I like that
okay.
one.
See,
That's
your children need more than presence in your life.
More than
And I
finance.
mean gifts. They need your presence in their life. All right, you can give it back to her.
That's her. Okay, that's her opinion. I think you have to, no matter what happens in life, you have to love your children. If you don't, something is wrong. Oh, lit. And you have to work in order for them to eat. You have to be the adult and balance your life. When I say balance, it means you have to work, but you have to make time for your family and your children. So that's what I think. It has to be a balance. Everything in life is a balance. If I'm consistently working, I'm not going home to my husband, and I'm not making him dinner, and I'm just going home when I want to and how I want to, or if I have a boyfriend and I'm doing the same thing, I'm not having dinner with my boyfriend, and I'm not spending time with him, and I'm just doing everything else. There's no consistency, so sooner or later, that man is going to step out. That's just what it is. Sooner or later, he's going to step out. You know what I mean? So we have to have consistency in everything that we do. It's consistency. We are the adults. So we have to find the way to make things work so these children are happy, safe, and loved. Do you have another questions before I come off?
I can add something to that.
Oh, you can add something to that. Just a minute. He has one.
Like I seen another example is when couples have been separated, and or the father leaves and constantly just forgets about the kids.
Yes.
that's when you can have an agreement and talk to each other as a like friends. You're not more than a couple. You're not together, but it's so hard for this relationships to get together
Yes.
with the dad
So it's,
and compromise.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
What he's trying to say to you guys is if you guys were together and you guys split up, for the kids' sake, you guys come together as an adult and make an arrangement that the children will be looked after. It's not about the adult, it's about the children. So you guys, stop making babies. Stop leaving the children out. They come first. They're our future. Let's make it work. Sunday tea, we have to leave. I love you guys. Have a great day. Just talk for a bit. Oh my God. I guess I'm going to dance you guys out. Can I dance them out? It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to have
Thank
you.
you so
Oh,
much.
you're so sweet. Can I have my
Appreciate
music
that.
again, please? Thank
Of
you.
course.
And Cece.
You already know, mommy.
Cece, it was a pleasure. And I'm going to pull my dress down because I don't know what you guys are doing out there. And I do. Anyways, you guys, you know, it is the end. I'm going to get up and I'm going to give you guys a little turn. Here we go.